So the UK is a great environment for companies to grow, to develop, great universities, great fintech environment, great biotech environment. What we are going through now is a bit of a revamp or some changes, reforms to the market to make it easier for companies to list, to make it more attractive for companies to list. It's still by far the most attractive international financing destination, the leading listing venue, certainly in Europe. But I think there are opportunities to make it even more attractive. One other area that we are working on is making it easier for private companies to actually stay private, but access public market infrastructure. So we're introducing, I expect in 2024, what is basically a crossover venue so that you can be a private company, put out a disclosure document and say, on this date, X days or a month from now, will be effectively public for a day, have access to our public market infrastructure, and then go back to being private. And that is something that I think will be very attractive to a lot of the kinds of companies that you are talking about. Some smaller companies, tech-oriented, biotech, fintech, et cetera. And some of the venture funds, private equity firms that we have talked with are very excited about that opportunity.
Could ARM return to London?
ARM could certainly return to London. I think ARM, great company, UK heritage, and certainly a possibility of a dual listing there.
So you're working hard to transform, to make the transformation at LSE. But in terms of IPO rankings, the LSE has kind of fallen off the rankings. What are you doing to resuscitate the London Stock Exchange? What are you doing to make the market more attractive to IPOs in general?
So the market, there's been a slowdown or a softness in the IPO market on a worldwide basis. Bob was just talking about that. And we've seen that all over the world. Actually, one aspect that doesn't get an enormous amount of attention is the fact that the follow-on market is doing fine. We've actually had more follow-on capital raised in London this year than we have had last year. In terms of the IPO market, and this goes to some of the comments I was just making earlier, there is an opportunity to implement certain reforms that will make it easier. The FCA is in the late stages of a reform package that will, for example, consolidate the premium and standard segments and various other changes that will be some of the biggest changes, frankly, since the 1980s in the UK market. I think there are also longer-term opportunities like reform of the pension sector in the UK.
Sure.
Which the UK has the world's second largest pension sector, and yet most of it is invested in fixed income.
I was about